Let's go! Yeah! Woo! High five! Yeah! All right, what's up, everybody? Are you freaking kidding me? Here's the bottom. I got to share this post out to everybody. I screwed up. I was trying to do it on my phone, and I know I screwed that up. But you know what? Whatever. We're here. We're ready to roll. LSU beat South Carolina 12-11 walk-off fashion. Here's an undeniable truth. This is an unfreaking deniable truth of the matter. The fact of the matter, the undeniable truth is that baseball gods are absolutely real. Real is real, and the bottom line is whether you think it's a baseball god, whether you think it's whatever the case may be. If it's just the universe, call it what you want. The bottom line is when you look at what's right is right and just is just, and the good guys win, and that's the bottom line. And that's what happened in this freaking ball game, because LSU got abso-freaking-lutely hosed by the umpires, the freaking loser umpires. I've told y'all for freaking ever. I've told y'all this for freaking ever. Every umpire in every sport is awful at their job. It's always been the case. There is absolutely no counter argument. It is impossible to be good at that job when you're talking about real-time plays in immediate moments just like that. And the bottom line is what happened to LSU is they got hosed in a critical game by a bunch of stupid, fat, old people with bad eyes and bad rules trying to interpret them real time, and LSU got hosed on a call at the plate. South Carolina, which, by the way, might be the worst freaking team I have ever seen play baseball. I can go back to the ninth inning for a second here as well if you want, when there's a fly ball to center field and the center fielder catches it and flips it to the right fielder. Yo, I've seen that before. I've seen that when a guy's been injured and can't throw it, tosses it to his teammate to get it back in. I've seen that before. I've seen that on the third out of an inning, catch the ball. Here, you throw it in. Okay, pal. Not on the second out of an inning when there's a runner. The winning run is at second base, tagging to third. I'm going to nonchalantly toss it to you. Oh, by the way, old boy at third base made 2 errors in the ninth. Like, South Carolina is a terrible baseball team. They are an atrocious defensive team. Know how to win awareness in all in those situations. And right there in that moment, you got a dude stealing home in that situation, and he's out by 10 feet. And the umpire, who sees nothing, makes a judgment call after dude is like, you bailed South Carolina out after a bonehead play. And ultimately you say, hey, LSU, you did everything right in this moment. You even in this moment realize we got to go with the winning run, the go-ahead run in scoring position. Let's go get our best guy out of the pen, who we were hoping not to throw today. Here's Griffin Herring, 0-2 count, and dude decides he's going to steal home. He's out by 10 feet, and you're going to make a judgment call that you didn't see at all? What? Mommy's home? All right, hang on. Mommy's home. I'll be right back. All right. So you're going to make a judgment call when you didn't actually see it happen on a play that is not reviewable? Man, in that moment, play is not reviewable. You got to roll. So I'm going to tell you what, man. The baseball gods, absolutely justice was served, because there you go, man. Here's your old boy from South Carolina. Can't get the pitch calm on a 3-ball count. Hayden Travinsky, take your base. Cool. And then Monster Milam. How about this? For poetic justice, the smallest dude on the field. They got him listed at like 5'9". Come on. Stephen Milam's 5'5" on a good day, and he mashes a no doubt game-winning walk-off homer to flip the bird to the umpires. And by the way, one more thing I got to say as well. How about this? How about ESPN or the SEC network, in the midst of that 20-minute delay, going to the freaking like head of SEC officiating, whatever, right, to come on the broadcast. And the guy says, oh, I'm not going to give an opinion. Why are you on the broadcast? Why do I need you? Why did you just come on the broadcast and try to add some clarity to what happened when you added nothing? Nothing more than Kyle Peterson reading a rule book. Come on. Get out of here. Get out of here. Poetic justice. LSU wins. Hey, Vance, I'm going to tell you something else that's incredible about that game. What I thought LSU was going to do today, was actually go all in to try to win this game and then see what happened on Sunday. Look at who you had available today. You had Herring available. You had Ackenhausen available. You had Dutton available, who could have extended. You probably weren't going to bring Christian Little back in this moment, but you had Guidry available to extend for you as well. Ulloa could have gone today. You had guys that you actually count on who are available for you today in this ballgame. And you know who LSU rolled out there? Coleman, Moffitt, Primo, Dutton for an inning and 2/3, Lohr for a third of an inning, Helmers for 2 innings, Anderson for an inning, Guidry for 2/3 of an inning. Then Griffin Herring ends up throwing, I don't know what, a pitch, gets the ground ball. I mean, unbelievable. Like, you went with the up 10, down 10 guys today. No disrespect to any of those guys, but you went, I mean, it was only at the end of the game that you went Guidry, Herring, and other than that, Dutton was the only other one I thought you might see it, but I thought Dutton may start. Now you go into tomorrow, and you've got Herring can certainly come back. Guidry can certainly come back. He only threw 9 pitches. Ackenhausen absolutely is available. You might be able to get something out of Little, who's had 2 days rest after throwing 51 pitches. If you want to start Gage Jump and say, hey, treat it as a bullpen day, give me 2 innings, you can do that. My point is, like, tomorrow, you actually got dudes. You may win. You may mess up and win this whole flipping thing. What a day, man. What a game. LSU clearly owns South Carolina in this tournament. Huge moment for Monster Milam in that moment to come up with the game-winning 2-run homer, the walk-off. For LSU to be down 8-0 in this ball game, to rally with a 6 spot in the bottom of the 4th, to put up the solo shot from Bear Jones, to come back with 2 runs in the 7th, to get the run in the 9th again when you're up against it. Absolutely. And you got to have it the very end of the ball game there in the 9th, and you're down a run. And then what do? Fry doubles. I mean, the third baseman, God bless him, was probably an error, but Fry doubles. Milazzo is trying to sack bunt him over. I know, save your bunt comments. Y'all know how I feel about it. Tries the sack bunt, throws it down the line. Ultimately, Kling ends up scoring as a pinch runner for Fry. And you got, Milazzo at second base. They walk Braswell. I mean, you were right there. You were right there in that moment now with Tommy White out. All you got to do is get the ball to the outfield, you win the game. But Tommy White ends up popping up. Jones flies out to center. And that was a play where dude tossed the ball to the right fielder, and then Pearson grounded it out. But even still, when you had to have in the 9th, you got it. I mean, this is a team that when you get hot at the end, of the game, at the end of the season in baseball, and by the way, it wasn't a bunt for a triple. It was a bunt with a 3-base throwing error. So give me a break on that, Clayton Knight. And by the way, still, what if Milazzo swings away and gets a hit? That's the whole point about a bunt. Anyway, the point is, my goodness, like, this team in that moment to come up and just and find a way down 8-0 to not give up. I mean, look, Jay Johnson was very, like, he may not say it. Maybe someday in a candid moment down the line, Jay may say this. But when you go out there today and you throw Javen Coleman, who had not thrown in an SEC game since Vanderbilt. Javen Coleman had not thrown. He had 2 outings against UNO and Grambling since Vanderbilt on April the 6th. It's been almost 2 months since Javen Coleman threw against an SEC opponent. And you went Coleman and Moffitt and Primo and Dutton because you need a little bit of length there. And Lohr and Helmers gives you 2, and Anderson, who hadn't thrown against SEC. Like, Jay was just getting through it to save all of his guys, thinking if we lose this game, good, we'll get ready for Friday's regional game. And you go out there and you win a damn game. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Man, just an awesome win. It's one of those where, like, if LSU were throwing their whole staff approach, they're up 10 down 10 guys. You got down 8-0, through 3.5. And if you had lost that game, you'd been like, okay, I mean, fine. Long week. You went to Hoover with the intention of just winning enough games to get into the postseason. You did that. It'd been great if you'd gone on, but you didn't want to risk anything down the line. You're down 8. And if they had just cruised to the finish line, bowed out, come home and gotten ready for Friday, that would have been totally fine. I would have totally been fine with it and understood. And that's apparently what they were trying to do based on what pitchers they used today. They weren't going to actually throw their dudes. And then to go out there on a day like that when you're down 8 and to still come up and rally, like when you get down 8 to rally with a 6 spot, and you had a runner on third and Travinski up with a chance to make it 8-7 in that spot. But even still, and then after they added 2 more in the 6, you come back with a run in the 6, 2 in the 7th, and you just never gave up, man. It's something about this team, and I'm going to keep saying it. The thing about this SEC tournament that is so encouraging looking forward. Yes, Gage Jump and Luke Holman as a 1-2 punch have been awesome. Like, they've been as good a 1-2. Listen, I think there are better number ones in the country. Like, Hagen Smith at Arkansas is the best pitcher in the country. You don't have Hagen Smith, but a 1-2, I don't think anybody's got Jump, Holman 1-2, or they're as good as anybody else has. But the most important thing about this team as they've come through this point right now is the fact that for so much of this season, they have just sat back and waited for Tommy White or Bear Jones to come up with the big hit to save them. Look at who is coming through for this team. Stephen Milam in this ball game hits the walk-off homer. He was 3 for 6 in this ball game. Milam had 3. He's over 500 in this tournament right now. Milam is. It's incredible. Braswell, another 3-hit day. He was 3 for 4 in this ball game. Tommy White was 1 for 4. Tommy White was 1 for 4. Had a walk. He was 1 for 4 in this ball game with a walk. Look at who came through for you. Milam, a 3-hit day. Travinski, a 2-hit day. Brown had another hit. Fry came in with a pinch hit, the double. I mean, you're relying on people that aren't just, hey, Tommy, go save us. And when you can hit up and down your lineup and there's no easy out, there's no dead spot in your lineup, and you feel like anybody can do damage, like, you're dangerous. And LSU's dangerous right now. So, look, they're going to play tomorrow. They'll play the winner of the game that's about to happen with Tennessee and Vanderbilt. We'll see how that all plays out. I'd probably rather play Vanderbilt. I think Tennessee's a more dangerous team, but LSU is going to have pitching available. I think there's a giant question, like, do you throw Gage Jump tomorrow? And it's a question. And I know before you just recoil and say, I have no desire to see Gage Jump, I don't disagree with you. I'm not saying go throw Gage Jump for 100 pitches tomorrow, but here's my point. I'm just laying out there a scenario, right? They threw Gage Jump on Tuesday on 4 days rest. He threw 100 pitches, okay? Or it was 105, I think a season high 105 pitches. He's now on 4 days rest. I'm not saying go run him out there again because you expect him to pitch Friday in the regional. So if he throws Sunday, that means he'd be on 4 days rest going into the regional again. I'd rather him have more rest, but he's going to have a bullpen day mixed in anywhere. And yes, pitching in a game as opposed to a bullpen, you're talking about intensity, high leverage pitches, which is more, but can you go give me 20 pitches, 30 pitches? Can you get me 6 outs? Like, can you give Gage Jump the ball and say, hey, go get me 6 outs, and then hand it to Herring, and then hand it to Ackenhausen, and then hand it to get Ulloa and Guidry and get through a game? Yeah, you can, and not tax any of them and be plenty good enough ready to go for Friday wherever you go. So I'm not saying they're going to do it. I'm not saying he should do it. I'm just saying that's an option that's there. And by the way, I know I see Irfan saying like Jay was giddy on the post-game show. Jay got run out of that game. And I'm telling you right now, Jay Johnson went and looked at that umpire in the face and said, I'm not walking off this field until you throw me out of the game. There was no way Jay was going out there without getting tossed from that game. It was going to be that moment. He did it. He was right to do it. It was a completely unjust moment that happened. And it was it's laid at the feet of incompetent umpires who had made a call real time and then changed their call real time without having seen what actually transpired, because clearly on the review they were wrong. At no point did Brady Neal step on or in front of the plate. Right foot in the left-handed batter's box, left foot to the left of the plate from behind, made the tag, and the base runner never touched home. So I don't know, old boy who wouldn't give an opinion on anything, came back and said it didn't matter, they didn't touch because it was a balk and he was awarded home. But whatever. Bottom line is, whether you believe in baseball gods or the universe or whatever intangible thing that exists that makes sure that breaks even out, it's eventually over time, happened again. I've said this a bunch. There are 2 times this year in the regular season where LSU had a game secured and they gave it away. Game number 2 against Florida, game number 1 against Bama. They had it won and they absolutely gagged it away. And then you know what happened? You know what happened after that? Look at what's happened in this tournament twice against South Carolina, where LSU snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. Sometimes those things even out. It's actually not called karma, Johnny. It's a commonly misunderstood and misused word. You should actually look up what karma is. That's not karma at all. Anyway, my point is LSU wins. They're firmly in the tournament. You got a chance to win the SEC tournament tomorrow. Even if you win tomorrow, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be a regional host, so don't let your mind go there. I've continued to say that. They're playing great. They're going to be a 2 seed, but the most important thing right now is you keep elevating your stature among the 2 seeds. The higher the 2 seed, the better the draw you're going to have, and that's what you're looking for right now. So LSU walks off South Carolina. 880 people watching live, and I love every freaking one of you. Do me a favor, smash the like button. If you're new, subscribe up to the channel. And look, shout out to my partners at Parish Construction and Roofing, parishbuilt.com, parishbuilt.com. We service the entire state of Louisiana, commercial, residential, repairs, replacement, parishbuilt.com. Info is right down here. I know it says Nightcap with Scone, but it's not actually Nightcap. It's the middle of the day. All right. I'm going to go friggin' drink some beers. I'm going to go get in the pool. I'm going to celebrate this win, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. And tomorrow, when LSU's playing in the SEC championship game, I'm going to be locked in. I'm going to be in NOLA. Moscona family crawfish bowl at my Uncle Mike's house. I got a whole bunch of family from Arkansas in town that are all Hogs fans, and I'm so super pumped to point and laugh, much as I love them, to point and laugh at all of them and say, where are the Hogs today? Where y'all today? I don't know. Hogs ain't never won nothing and nothing. We all know it. They care way more about this than LSU fans. They care more about LSU than LSU cares about them, but I'm still going to enjoy rubbing it in their face tomorrow. All right. Suck it, umpires. Suck it, nerdy head of officiating who wouldn't give an opinion on the broadcast. Suck it, Mark Kingston in South Carolina. Go Tigers. Let's go get a friggin' win tomorrow. Let's win the SEC tournament championship. Let's get into a regional, win that thing, get on to the Supers, and go back to Omaha and reclaim our rightful place atop the college football world. Tigers are playing awesome. You got a 1-2 punch with Jump Holman. You got a team that believes. You got a lineup that's hitting. You have a bullpen that is absolutely performing over the last month. Let's go freaking get it. And call us if you need a roof. Parish Construction and Roofing. Y'all have an awesome freaking day. I love every one of you. Smash the like button, subscribe.